Let's do it.
Do what?
The one.
The one?
Yep. We have to talk about Twitter.
We're just going straight down the list.
Let's do it.
Elon Musk pivots to AI. He was talking about the Everything app in the past. So if you're doing an Everything app, then you have to chase the flavor of the month all the time. And that means right now, chasing AI. Musk has recently hired talent from Google's subsidiary DeepMind and purchased around 10,000 GPUs in an apparent pivot towards development of a ChatGPT rival or some other AI-based thing. I'd maybe say OpenAI, not ChatGPT. At the same time, Twitter Inc. has been folded into X Corp. That's an interesting one of two corporate entities created in March alongside X.AI. It's unclear precisely what form this new AI project will take. I genuinely don't know anyone that is confident in what the heck they would be doing, but it likely has something to do with Elon Musk's proposed Everything app, as we mentioned earlier, which he calls X. According to Musk, he wants to make the X app analogous to WeChat in terms of functionality. Musk has announced that Twitter/X Corp will now be auto-replying to press inquiries with poop emojis, making it difficult to get a straightforward comment on the future direction of the company. Very cool. Elon also announced Twitter subscriptions. Creators can charge followers for exclusive long-form tweets and hours-long video, or shorter, up to hours-long video. Basically upgraded super follows, with Twitter forfeiting their cut of the revenue for the first year, also known as a marketing budget.
Tell me you're desperate without telling me you're desperate.
Yeah.
Can I pitch a theory here?
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of the other coverage and conversation that I've seen around this has been, what game of 4D chess is he playing? What will be the vision for the Everything app, or whatever else it is. I actually think it is way simpler than that. Here's my cynical. The simplest answer is probably the correct answer. Theory. I think he wants to unload Twitter. So it makes sense to fold it into something else. So now it's X Corp, okay, which is cool or something. I think that by tying X Corp to this Everything app / it's working on AI kind of, BS Silicon Valley startup kind of nebulous cool factor brand.
There's more than 2,000 AI startups in the last week, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
So it makes sense.
Yep. So creating value, creating a perceived value by throwing his very loud noise-making skills at a really big buzzword could give him an opportunity to dump Twitter before anyone realizes that they're not actually doing anything other than buying GPUs, which has also been in the headlines because NVIDIA has been talking about how cryptocurrency is stupid, AI is our future, everyone needs to buy GPUs for AI, we're NVIDIA, let's go. There are other processors for AI. I mean, NVIDIA is very dominant in the space right now, but they are not going to be the only one forever.
Yeah.
So I actually think it's just the simplest, and why would he avoid press inquiries? Well, because press ask uncomfortable questions. Man, that interview.
I haven't watched it.
I've watched some clips from it.
I've been told I should watch it, but I haven't watched it.
It's pretty rough.
I'm pretty busy.
Because the press asks uncomfortable questions and doesn't just ask them, but expects a real, well thought out answer. They're not just going to accept whatever stupid thing you say. So by stonewalling any serious inquiry about what's going on, he gives himself the only speaker's gavel or speaker's staff or whatever thing the speaker holds in this particular weird timeline we're on, allowing himself to build this narrative of what X Corp / Twitter / XAI actually is, under this shroud of secrecy where actually it's just doing weird little proofs of concept with engineers it borrows from Tesla or whatever. And then hopefully he can find someone stupid enough to put a bunch of investment money into this so that he can dump his shares somehow and just get the crap away from this dumpster fire. I think this is just a loss minimizing strategy. And I think maybe it's just because I'm a very cynical person at this point, but it seems
It
pretty
does
transparent to me.
somewhat go in line with a move that I've seen from a couple little startups recently, which is where they find an engineer that they feel like they can label as a superstar, like LLM AI machine learning engineer. They pay them big mega bucks to come on board. They buy a ton of GPUs. They slap a label on their project and they just try to flip it like literally like that week.
Yep.
There's some flips that have been happening very, very fast. There's also big money in this type of engineering right now because, you know, Twitter buying 10,000 GPUs. These are expensive, like A100, big super chip, very big money, like $45,000 on eBay graphics cards right now.
45,000 or 4,500?
45,000.
Is that just scalping that's going on right now?
Yeah.
Like, is this the thing?
Yeah.
How much is a Hopper?
Let me see if I can find this.
H100 GPU. Let's go. $42,000 for a Tesla H100.
H100, sorry, not A100. Yeah.
That's the last gen you're thinking of.
My bad. But yeah.
I don't think these were worth that much before.
Yeah, probably not. Because the problem is a lot of these companies that, you know, some of them might just be trying to cash in on like the .com 2.0 hype kind of thing. Some of them also have very good ideas and they need these GPUs to power those ideas and they can't get them. They got investor money. They're going to get them somehow.
Right. Apparently the MSRP for this one, or well, there is no MSRP for something like this. That's
I don't
typically
think you can
sold
just
as
buy it.
integrated. But apparently the price for these is typically around 35,000.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
I
still
haven't looked at
marked up.
Hopper pricing.
By $7,000.
Yeah. And there aren't even many available.
Yeah.
Sure.
So it's been pretty intense. Right. What I was saying was there's actually a lot of money right now in being an engineer that can work on this stuff, especially if you can be super efficient with it. Because if you can reduce the cost of GPUs and the cost of continually processing on those GPUs that you need to have, that's very beneficial for companies right now. The OpenAI has been talking about how they don't actually believe a lot of these models need to be trained on bigger data sets.
Oh, interesting.
And that they're
Do
not
they just need
actually
cleaner data sets, or
potentially cleaner, potentially better at parsing them, potentially better systems powering the actual like chat module, stuff like that. They've said that they're not actually working on GPT-5 right now. And they think it is more beneficial and they will step forward faster if they work on like supporting tools for what they already have, which honestly kind of makes sense to me. Because when you're talking about it like the previous topic where we mentioned that it will like get distracted or confused with complex goals. Well, okay, it might be more productive to work on keeping it on task by teaching it how to, break apart problems and compartmentalize parts of it like you do with like humans do, to be completely honest. If you get this massive complicated task, instead of trying to tackle the entire thing as one big unit, you often break it down into smaller things so that you can more easily tackle it and keep yourself focused. Well, working on things like that might actually be more beneficial and get you to higher perceived performance and power faster than just training a bigger model that's going to have the same problem. So, yeah.